The 2024 NFL season is upon us. Week 1 kicks off in less than a month. So we're going to go down the hot take / bold prediction route. We're going to go through my hot takes for the 2024-2025 NFL season. My first hot take: a quarterback will not win MVP. We've seen a ton of contenders for MVP over the past couple years not be quarterbacks. They can be running backs, wide receivers, defensive players. I think this year is finally the year we get a non-quarterback to win MVP for the first time since 2012. You talk about Christian McCaffrey, who I think is the biggest threat to any quarterback to win MVP. If the 49ers can get the Brandon Ayuk situation figured out, they're going to be a really good team. And we know Christian McCaffrey, with his receiving ability, can easily get over 2,000 scrimmage yards and 20 total touchdowns. Who knows? Maybe if there's another year of quarterback play like we had last year. Lamar Jackson won the MVP last year. You look at his stats, they weren't earth-shattering. Maybe Christian McCaffrey can take home the MVP. Every single season, we see a wide receiver just go off for 1,700, 1,800 yards. What if we get a wide receiver that gets 2,000 yards this season? That's a possibility. And if they're on a winning team, they could win MVP. And then defensive players. I just do not see a cornerback or a safety or even a linebacker really ever competing for MVP. But edge rushers, pass rushers, those guys can. You have TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons. What if one of those three breaks the sack record and their team is really good? They could win MVP. So I'm just waiting for the year where we get a quarterback, not a quarterback to win MVP. We'll see if it happens ever, but I hope one day we get it, and I think it could be this year with the candidates I placed. So let's go to bold prediction number 2. The Kansas City Chiefs will not three-peat. I think everybody is picking the Chiefs to three-peat. I don't see it. I think their roster is not as good as some other teams in the league. Yes, the difference maker is Patrick Mahomes. He is the best quarterback alive, and he is going to keep this team in a lot of games, and he's going to be the reason why they're a really good football team this year. But I think that there are a couple teams in the AFC, there are definitely a couple teams in the NFC that can give the Chiefs a run for their money. Number 3, CeeDee Lamb will break the receiving yard record for a single season. The record is 1,964 yards. I think Calvin Johnson currently has it. I think CeeDee Lamb will break it. He's pissed off. He wants that massive contract from the Cowboys. Dak Prescott is also pissed off. He wants a massive contract from the Cowboys. Those two are going to go out, have fantastic years. The Cowboys are going to be a great team again this year. And CeeDee Lamb is going to go off and show Jerry Jones why he deserves a contract extension by breaking the all-time receiving yards record. And I'm going to say it right now. CeeDee Lamb, 2,000 yards. Number 4. This is the boldest prediction I have on this list. The Buffalo Bills will win the AFC and advance to the Super Bowl. You guys are going to call me crazy. I think this is shaping out like it did years ago with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs when they lost Tyreek Hill. As we know, the Bills, they lost Stephon Diggs this offseason, and since that moment, everyone's counting him out. I liked the additions they made, though, to help the receiving corps. Drafting Keon Coleman, signing Curtis Samuel. They've still got a bunch of tight ends in Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, who I like. Josh Allen is not going to feel the pressure of forcing the ball to Diggs to make sure he gets his catches and targets. He's going to spread the ball around, and he's going to be a better quarterback without Stephon Diggs. The Bills' defense is not as good as it was in previous years, but I think they do just enough to help Josh Allen and the Bills go to the Super Bowl this year. And my final bold prediction is my Super Bowl pick. The Detroit Lions will break the curse. They will win the first Super Bowl in franchise history. It's a fantastic roster from top to bottom. Jared Goff could be a legit MVP candidate this year. They play a ton of games in the Dome. Amon St. Brown is only going to get better. He's elite. The defense improved. They improved the secondary with Terrion Arnold. And they added Amik Robertson as well. They added a bunch of guys in that secondary to improve. And I really think this Detroit Lions team, led by Dan Campbell, is going to win the Super Bowl this year. They should have been to the Super Bowl last year. That game against the 49ers, the NFC Championship game, was a complete meltdown by the Lions. They should have been the team in the Super Bowl. And I think they would have beat the Chiefs if they would have went to the Super Bowl last year. They had all the momentum. They were a well-built team. And I think they're even better this year. And I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. So those are my bold predictions for the 2024-25 NFL season. We'll see if they come true. I'll see you guys next.